second game, Hawks Cup, St Pat's, who had a big victory. And it's Marist, I should say MacKillop. Marist just lost their last game. They were pretty competitive late. Aaron Robertson. We've got Declan Slater from the Northwest Coast, Ulverston Football Club AFL Sports Ready trainee. G'day, Deck.
G'day, Aaron. How are you?
Good, mates. Couple of good players for St Pat's. Who did you observe that got busy in the last game?
Definitely the last game we went. Max Dawkins was by standout the best on ground, I thought.
Yep.
A few other players. Oscar Dover from Penguin Football Club was quite good as well
For
in
St Pat's, though.
defensive.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so an early entry from MacKillop. It's going to roll. It's going to go to the right, and they've got a score. So a bit of a breeze to the right. Maybe 2 goals, Declan, you reckon?
Yeah, definitely 1 or 2 goal breeze, I reckon.
So as we mentioned, St Pat's with a commanding victory. Looking for back-to-back last year. They defeated... I should say they lost, not back-to-back. I should say they actually... We had Hutchins through last year.
Oscar's dying off the corridor.
Yeah, so the ball's gone long. We've had a couple of number changes as well for St Pat's. We'll endeavour to get those. We've got an 81 as well, so there's been a few changes. So a long ball for St Pat's first, looking for Dawkins. It's just on the side. Walker was there. It's on the ground now. Chappell, has he found the goals?
Oh,
yes,
wow,
he has. So Chappell with an early hit. We'll see on the replay he was on the edge. It was Walker. Saw a bit of him recently in the NTJFA and very tight on the boundary. That's a sensational goal. So early goal on the board for St Pat's as it was in the last game. They're in the ruck. Singline involved with a touch of the footy. Now the ball's just loose. Sunny day. It is chilly though today. As MacKillop winning through last week in a thriller against Hobart City High School. The tip at Lauderdale. That's a good wide ball. Verney, he's a decent player, Jack. And he'll receive a free. Centre wings where the ball is.
We've got players in the corridor here.
Well, they decided to go wide. This is the thing. Sometimes Declan teams come to UTAS and they get very wide. Russell short was good. Ball lands in the hands of Voss, and Harry's got it. This is a tough kick. So a little bit of a breeze pushing to his left. So you'll have to... This is nearly the hardest spot to kick a goal at UTAS Stadium with the norwesterly. He's got it coming back. It's going to hit the post. It's snuck through. It's a very good start for MacKillop College. And they've got the early advantage by a point. So they took the opposite, didn't they, then, Deck? They went wide as they possibly could instead of into the middle.
Definitely took the wider option. I thought they would have pulled the trigger into the corridor, but goal's a goal.
A little defensive, but that's a good start for the Southerners. They're away and they've got a bit of a breeze, as we mentioned, as the tram goes past. We get excited by the tram here at UTAS Stadium. It goes past a few times a day. I'm not sure what the cost is. Some volunteers are on that one. Ball's out the back. Wide handball. St Pat's have got some numbers around the footy, but MacKillop make another break. They deliver long inside forward 50. Both these sides involved in Sardis footy as well. That's going to dribble to the left and a minor. So another good break, and it was Dunham who's been active. So out of defence comes St Pat's. It's a very wide ball. Big thanks to the St Pat's boys who've come to help with some boundary umpiring. Now, that was a bit too easy. MacKillop rush it inside 450 at the back of the pack.
I was just about to say it was be good to see how St Pat's set up for that stoppage, and they just didn't do anything. So some things to work on.
Oh, it's Barwin. He knows how to kick a goal, and his left boot's busy early. Banged a lot for the STJFL in a recent rep game I saw. He kicked about 5 in a hurry, and his left boot was very active. And this is a pretty productive start from MacKillop College. So overcast conditions, but nothing like yesterday. It was a real topsy-turvy day. Baker. The ball's now loose, and they've got a bit of stoppage work to be done here, St Pat's. They finally get some numbers around the footy. And I'll have a ball up. So well done to all the teams that have made it through. Declan, what have you seen of the Mara school this year who've made it through from the coast?
Yeah, they're a very high school team. They've got a fair few players out today, but hopefully they can grit their teeth a little bit in the second game and put a better score on the board. Yeah,
a couple of betters in the sort of 16s and one player playing tomorrow. Oh, sorry, not tomorrow, on the weekend for Wynyard, but this is the challenge. St Pat's have got plenty that have got footy on the weekend too. The South, there's the 18s, STJFL Grand Finals. There's a few boys in those games, so it's a busy time for footy, and they'll rotate plenty of numbers through the balls. Cudmore gets it up to half forward, numbers at the back, and Johnson takes the mark with some very long shorts. So the centre ball, and now they've gone to the top at the back. That's a little too easy. The fence just looked a little messed up at the moment, and James has got it. He's 45 metres out directly in front. Now, I'm interested. You play footy, mate. You're a young person. White boots, are they back in?
White boots or...
White boots, white socks. What do you reckon?
I'm definitely a fan of the white on white.
Yep.
But black boots are definitely out, Aaron.
Okay, black are kind of that's a wobbly one to the left. Good to know. I know the fluoro ones got popular there for a little while.
Yeah, I'm running the pink ones at the moment. I'll see a few pink ones out
100%.
there. So.
I'm not surprised at any way that you've got pink footy boots. There's Millwood deep in defence for St Patrick's. It's a long searching footy. Doyle was there for MacKillop. It's hit the ground. Runners out wide. Hay with it. I should say Hall with it. Ashton also has had a good season. And St Pat's win the free. Dawkins goes up, may have been just tunnelled out, and he'll receive the free as under the football was Riley Doyle. So St Pat's winning a couple of weeks ago against Prospect High in, I've got to say, I rocked up, I watched half the game. It was that cold, wet and horrible. I had to leave. I nicked down to St Pat's and saw the Div 2 game, which was won this year for the first time for a few years by Cressy. Great to see them winning a premiership in Division 2 in the Northern High School. Ball's loose and actually beat St Pat's seconds. So there's a heap of footy players at St Pat's are all trying to get a game. 2 Sardis teams at the senior level, 2 9-10 teams. But the pressure at the moment, though, Declan's been really good from MacKillop.
Yeah, I'd love to see St Pat's right up the ground a little bit more then.
So James's left boot's usually pretty good, although I've mozzed him. And over the boundary line. And no spectators on that side. Yeah, we've got another footy, mate. Go get it. So Jacob, you jump over later. So Singline, the short option's poor. It's been picked off. And MacKillop rush it in again. It's a low searching footy. It's very nice. And it's found Aldridge.
They're just the more proactive team at the moment, Aaron.
Yep. Yeah, look, St Pat's can make some changes. They can swing things around. And I think the MacKillop boys who rocked up about 40 minutes ago, a couple of them popped their head out and saw the scoreboard between Marist and St Pat's. Thought, ooh, we didn't think it'd be that big. But There's some changes that St Pat's can make, but MacKillop's got their best on the park. And the way they're going, they could be fighting out in the grand final, because that's gone over now. Has off the ground, left boot. And MacKillop have got 3. Now they have. Took a while to get us some signals. Got his number there. We'll see on the replay. It looked like it went over the line the first time,
yeah,
Deck.
I thought that too.
We had a couple of interesting calls yesterday. Aldridge's kick. Let's just see all the replays. The Aldridge kick from 40. It dropped really late. No, might not have got completely there. And it was James.
Once again, though, just the first team to react.
Yeah, that's a good comment. It is. They are a bit faster around the footy. It is a weekend of, I should say, a day of attrition for the teams that think they've got a chance. And both these sides probably will play around. But Mitch Hills, who's coaching St Pat's, a very experienced footballer and coach of this side, and Bluey Duggan, who I think was the captain of Signet Reserves on the weekend as they won their premiership in the SFL Community League. I think he might have even been an emergency for the seniors. As Signet lost a heart stopper against their rival Humilville. Mid-level, Dawkins at the back of the contest. His right boot's long and up towards a 1-on-2 contest in the square. MacKillop got numbers around this footy as well. It's a dribbled along the ground by Brickick. Comes back in again. Now they get numbers around the footy. Lead him and runs out of space. So Emma Gale's rocking. He does play for St Pat's. He's rocking a good kid at the moment with his bleached hair. Does some field umpiring too, Emmett. No one's able to take possession of the footy. And anyway, score 3-3-21. 20-minute halves in the Hawks Cup yesterday. A wonderful victory for Sacred Heart College, as they had the most spectators here as well. A whole bunch of them came up to watch their team play, and that's probably holding the ball. William Tatchell, not called. It is a little blustery though, as that ball's out wide. It's been spilt once. They're going to go backwards and then try and go for us. But Ellis Wickham was good, and then Russell gets a touch on the outside. Option in the end, they 3 players running through MacKillop. A long entry and some good bodywork in defence, and the mark is being taken.
They're out if they go.
So in the hands of Chappell, who's had a few touches. Just letting down with their kicking at the moment. Off the ground, runs in by Philpott. Blythe, who played in a grand final, loss a couple of weeks ago for Prospect, and sees it over the line for a minor. So just starting to get a little bit of the ball. It's this kick here. This is where MacKillop have been so good. St Pat's have really struggled, although they've won the ball here by Patterson. Rush back, and the ball's been set, and the ball's been taken. Number of MacKillop players around the ball, and the run comes. A 1-on-2 entry should be easily cut off, and it is. Number 25, I have to get that one. Into the middle. Chappell was up. Rushed in. A rolling ball. Gee, both teams, it feels like they've stacked their backline at the moment. Chappell with a rushed footy. Goss flicks the handball over. Looking for Dawkins. Screws it around on his right boot. Max may have got it. Will it bounce in his favour? Sure does. And he's got his first of this second game. And he was lively early, wasn't he, Deck, in that first game?
Well, he's a master at the front of the set of Max, so it doesn't surprise me that one went through. Practices that non-stop. Always going through on that right boot.
Yeah, I tell you what, he's got a dangerous bit of speed, is probably his biggest asset. He found some space and it got the margin back. 2-1-13 to 3-3-21. And we've gone 15. 3/4 away through the half. That's not confusing. On a sun-drenched stadium with some construction work and the hum and drum of different machinery going around the ground as a whole. They've got a lot of stoppages. They've won 4 stoppages out of the middle so far, and around the ground they've probably been more effective, and they've been a very composed unit. We saw Morris get plenty of the footy as that goes up inside their forward line. They're going to get another one. MacKillop get one straight back, and Sheen does it on his left. As we see on the replay, it was a little too easy as Graham Pollock got his hands up and didn't. And they've skipped out again. Just a little flat at the moment. St Pat's, I mean, after the first game they rolled Marist Regional College. Now they've got Dawkins back on the ball. Chappell's in there. Billy Port's moved to the footy as well. And they're trying to keep an eye on Russell. He's been dangerous for MacKillop. Dawkins trying to win the ball. He's got 2 taps and he'll go again. Now it falls into the hands of Hoare. May have got a free kick. Yes, he does. And he'll receive it. Thanks to our umpires, 2 AFL TAS staff for this one. Darren Geard, Will Tatchell. Will Tatchell's still in the 18s on the weekend. His grand final. The dangerous ball. Now it's a longer entry. The ball steps. That's probably a push. And the ball's won by Long. First time presenting for him. Clearly looking for a handball run. Not that confident now. He's going to have to go back now and have a shot. A packed forward 50.
They're going wide again. Yeah,
they've gone to the Verney, who's hit the deck. And I think Verney also played in that STJFL rep game early in the year, NTCA ground. And a ball up. The deep throw in. James. And now it's on to Patterson. Dawkins at the back. He'll try and go inboard. He'll use his leg speed. The block comes. The kicks poor. So just letting themselves down. That's a hell of a tackle. You're riding his back. And unfortunately, took him a little high. Free kick. Legos, he'll go with the handball. Another slip. We saw a lot of that in the senior grand finals on the weekend. A lot of players falling over on this side of the ground. It's a short ball. It's going to be tapped down. It's picked up again by Long, who drills it towards goal. He hits the other side of the post. And a minus score. They could have had they could have been up by 5 goals. So only the 4 inside 50s for St Pat's into the breeze. No doubt some changes as Hernick hasn't had a lot of the footy. One of the more dangerous players for St Patrick's. As we're just outside the forward 50. MacKillop, right-hand side, they're in the old school Bulldog strip. I love it. Simple. Blue in the back, 3 strips, no mucking around. Dawkins. Allen provided some pressure. Just meant the kick was a little errant. Now they're trying to find some run. There's a lot of gap now. That's running and running. It's chased down by Brickick. And the boundary is where it ends up. And the boundary umpire, once again, thanks to those boys. He's doing some Ks. One of them will have a breather the next game. We've got a boundary umpire coming in, Moses, who'll do his work. It's a chance for St Pat's with 40 seconds on the clock. Down on the ground. Johnson involved. That's a high ball. It's floating across. It may even go through for a behind, and it does. So the exit comes out. Dunham. The flick. Cardmore running past, searching for the steal. Allen gets it. They'll have to rush it out, and that'll probably do it unless it can be drilled back in. As Hernick has got a big boot, but not big enough. And it's going to be marked right on the half-time siren. It's like I need the beeper, and Chappell will line up. It is time on for the last 2 minutes of each half as well. And Chappell now will lace them up.
Well, this would be very nice with some pads and a bit of a let off, really. MacKillop just giving one back, really.
Yeah, it was the rush ball outside, some perceived pressure. As Chappell, his kick has gone oddly to the right. It was a real shank from Chappell in the score at halftime. 2-3-15 St Patrick's. MacKillop 4-4-28. The goal kickers 3. James Barwin, who expect goals from him. Sheen bobbed up, and Harry Voss. Max Dawkins, no surprise, and Ethan Chappell with one as well. I hope you're enjoying it. It's Hawks Cup, brought to you by the Road Safety Advisory Council 2025. Finals here at UTAS. Declan Slater, give us some comments, mate, and we'll have a quick break.
MacKillop was definitely first to react over the football, all over the ground. I thought some Pats might need to work on their defence setup. Yeah, definitely second to the footy. Get a little bit of a zone set up at the moment, so maybe back to a one-on-one defence, I reckon.
That's good shouts, I reckon. I'm sure they'll make some change. Got a lot of depth. Very impressive, MacKillop. There's Barwin's left boot getting involved. We'll have a break. It's an early lead to MacKillop. Second half action, game number 2. Morris in the sheds, they're watching, they're waiting for a game against MacKillop. At the moment, Declan, MacKillop have got the advantage. What do we expect from St Pat's in this second half?
Oh, I reckon St Pat's are going to come off the half back. They need to push up the ground and really drive that, help the midfield out, set that wall up probably halfway through the ground. Don't let MacKillop out so easy.
So they got a late shot on goal from what you just described then. They put some pressure on. For once, MacKillop actually felt the pressure and the disposal out, and it resulted in a shot on goal, but they weren't able to capitalise as the shot was missed by Chappell. He's had plenty of it early doors. Dawkins, who was electric, he went to the footy a bit quiet in the first part, but got involved late. I've liked the game. Many players. Brickick was good down in defence. Thought Sheen was good as well. Plenty of ball winners around the footies. Patterson gets an early touch, falls down towards the ladder. Now it's on the ground. They're grappling for it. It flicks out towards Davey. Can't get it. Now it's released to Aldridge, and the free kick to Dawkins, who will launch it. 2 players in the square. It's an okay kick. Blythe was there, but it just felt very dangerous footy. Penny now. Low in, so maybe they'll be a bit more aggressive in this quarter. It could have been high, not called. Picked up by Harry. His left boot's usually a little better in the wind. There it is. It will push into that pocket.
I don't mind that from St Pat's. Just be a bit more aggressive. Got to be dangerous if you want to win the game.
Yeah, they'll probably assume St Pat's, unless there's a real turn-up in the next game, because they won by so much. It was 9 goals, I think it was in the end. They'll, even if they lose, neck this game and then go into the grand final, you'd have to see a pretty big turnaround for Morris, who probably, as you say, a little weaker. So St Pat's probably know that's likely they're into the final already, even though we're only halfway through game 2. A loss won't hurt them too much. And we've seen it happen. St Pat's and Hutchins have played back and forth. They've won one, lost one in that a couple of years ago. It's not uncommon. Ball swung out. No one's taking possession of it. Wood was on the outside. He can't get it. Battling was Allen, and now it's out the front. MacKillop trying to work their way inside their forward 50 for the first entry. A little bit Millwood, a bit sloppy then. He didn't have much help and threw it onto his hands, and we'll have a ball up 55 around from the MacKillop goal, kicking into a slight breeze. Feels blustery down on the ground, but it's not too bad. Great conditions for the most part. We had all sorts of thunderstorms. It wasn't on the coast. It rained a heap yesterday, Dak, did it?
Yeah, it was on and off, just great Tassie weather.
It just absolutely chucked it down for 10 minutes, and it's sunshine, chuck it down. I felt sorry for the girls yesterday because they got absolutely saturated 1 minute before the siren went. It blew and rained, and they all got saturated and all had to try and dry for their next match. And the ball's running along the ground. There's now St Pat's launch out of defence. It's a long searching footy. Gazelle was there. The spin was neat. The slip over didn't help. A little hold on Baker may win a free. Talbot now with the footy. Hill's got an option up the line, or he could go to centre half. He's gone the second. St Pat's players come. It could have been a push. The swing out handball. Baker's involved. Numbers around the footy. James with a flick. The runs come, and the hands are good. Hoare involved. His kick's long, and Hoare dobs it and hits the umpire.
Absolute great finish there. Just too much time there, Aaron. Too much time to do what he needs to do, and he just banked on it.
How good's this? Well, I'm not sure if anyone is going to get an easier goal than that. There was a little pressure at the end from Davey, but that's easy stuff. They had numbers around the footy, didn't they, Deck? And not a lot of pressure from St Patrick's at the moment.
I think, saying what I said before, St Pat's need to get a bit more in the face, right up the ground as a halfback, be in their face, make it no easy exit.
Little sand in the middle as Will Tatchell launches it up, and we're got a game-high lead of 19 points. Dawkins loves to bounce. The ball didn't come back, and it didn't get onto his foot. So Max is even suffering a little bit of pressure at the moment as they're throwing everything at it at the moment, MacKillop, and the handball comes wide by Russell. They can flick it over the top. Aldridge past him. Woodward tries to gather. Now it's just loose. Dawkins.
Strong.
Yeah, that's exactly but rushed again by Dawkins. Escort, he pushes it out. Graham's got a chance. Pressure, spin one way, dribbles it towards the goal square. St Patrick's with a chance. Walker, has he kicked it? Goal, he's got the response. Great goal.
They needed that, didn't they, Aaron?
Yep.
Got what they were looking for. Bit of hard work, though. They made a mess of it, but it goes through and they needed that, the St Pats.
Well, Jackie Walker, he often plays through the middle. He's up forward at the moment, and it's a pretty good finish. He kicked it high too. And another ball into that pocket. And that just gets it back to a couple. So 3-3, 21, 5-4, 34. And it's going nowhere. Doyle. Ball's been one down. Hoare out the back, and there's the run of Russell. They love him on the defensive side of the pack. The ball just scrappy at the moment. Runners out the side. Voss with hands, then pulled down.
And they're going one behind the footy, St Pats. Not in a great spot, though. Not a kick behind.
That's a real strange position. It's nearly like he's out if the ball gets flicked out with a handball. The run comes. Gee, MacKillop looked good just on the defensive side of the pack. It's gone into the square. It's been bobbling around. Singline goes down. Long's involved, trying to use some strength. He's grappling for the footy, and they're on the ground, just in front of the goals, northern end.
Got a player slow to his feet here. I think he's all right, though.
So long taps, Nichols. And that's going to be rushed. There's that pressure again from MacKillop. It's pushed out to the side. It's Ellis Wickham. And it's gone over the boundary line.
Yeah, I'm just watching St Pats set up here as a defence. I'm not too sure. They're a bit all over the place.
It's one of those things that these guys played on and off. They wouldn't have played a heap. Some in their senior Sardis team.
Yeah.
Some of them have played club footy together. It's rushed in now by Doyle. Gee, that's good from Doyle. And a classy bit of work. And this boy can kick him. He can kick him from anywhere. Barwin's got it. He's definitely within range.
Not stopping that as defender, that kick. Out to his advantage all along.
So Barwin's going to go short. He's got one in the pocket. He's missed the ball. There's numbers everywhere, though, for MacKillop. I think it's Ellis Wickham with it. Your eyes are better than mine. And he's going to be a little closer, but a more acute angle. This is an important kick. This will be handy, nearly halfway through half number 2. And the kick's to the left. That's not where the wind would have taken it. It's gone out of bounds on the full. So, a bit of a strategy here for MacKillop because they will have a break, St Pats, and then MacKillop go again against Marist, knowing that they're probably playing this team again in the granny later on the day. Gizelle flies. That's on the ground, and a player's been knocked. It's Port. Cop one in the back of the head.
He got the second lift then, just couldn't bring it down.
Yeah, it was a good from Johnson. He got plenty of height trying to climb up. Unfortunately, good sportsmanship. We saw in the first game a couple of players knocked into each other. They helped each other up. Who wouldn't know each other that well, a few of them. I mean, social media helps. Blythe taken down.
Definitely a few Devil boys in all three
Yep.
teams, so they'll know each other through the talent pathways.
Yeah, and they'll, I'm sure, keep an eye on some of the grand finals and streams as Dawkins grappling against Baker. Walker, he was a bit closer last time when he kicked the goal, out of bounds on the full. Yeah, you can see a bunch of cement that'll all be cut away in the next couple of weeks as the whole western and stand, the whole bottom section gets cut away, and they put a new section in to get the seats all the way down to the fence. So that'll add another 1,500 patrons in the ground just in front of us. That'll make a real difference to the atmosphere. Ball's in Verney's hands. The ball delivery, well, it looked okay, but it went a little long. Gee, the speed from Russell's been fantastic. They're struggling to combat the speed as Talbot comes over. St. Pat's get it back. It's Blythe's ball now. It's a little too high. Easy to defend. Knocked away by Brickick. Ladder has it. The numbers now come for St. Patrick's. So they hold this up. They'll be really happy as Davey flicked the ball out. It's a great effort from MacKillop because they had an extra player around that stoppage. Doyle with the thump, and now it's out of their defensive area as they... couple of players on the wing. Singline's there, but it's won by MacKillop. Now it's turned back over. Philpott's got it. Indiscriminate handball. Creative from Sheen. Ball just gets into the hands now, and they get it up towards half forward. Long comes in late, and the St. Pat's player looked like he jumped off Long and made sure the umpire knew he'd received a free. It's Matty Hernick.
That's a good switch. They need to go.
Don't mind him down back. Walker makes the run. He'll get some defence from behind.
They've set up well here.
Very good. This is fantastic from MacKillop because Walker's got no one. High ball up. The numbers are there. Late Graham. MacKillop out the back of the stoppage, and they're using hands at the moment, and then the chip goes further up to centre wing. Aldridge crosses it in. This is where they attack into Talbot. He can't take it. The pressure comes. The kick's released. Ladder runs under it. Johnson again, and just a little bit of a turnover game at the moment. Stuck on this centre wing areas. Both teams not going at 100% as they've probably got their eye on the grand final. Doyle goes further afield. Goss was the target. He'll steady. That's a beautiful kick. He's got a runner on the out. There's a second coming. He's lining up at the moment. Ladder now bounces. There's a player in the pocket. He goes to a more dangerous spot.
Great
Probably not the best, and picked off by Singline.
Oh, they've got players here, St. Pats. They just need to go.
Davey, halfway mark of the second quarter. The last goal to St. Pat's. It's a bit of a stalemate at York Park. Players all around the footy here for MacKillop, and they enter again inside their forward 50. That's a great set of hands.
Great Dukes there. They're just running a bit harder, MacKillop. You can see, especially on defensive. Oh, here we go.
They've got it. Hoare now lines them up. Has he got it? Yes. No, it faded. Faded really late.
Bit of push and shove in the goal square. Little bit of feeling. I like it. Getting ready for that granny. Hopefully we might see later on.
So longish one. Blythe in best position. There's runners here, and they just need to get it to sit. And they're really on.
Oh, great tackle.
Goss, and Flinders goes nowhere. Great, spot on. They were away then, St. Pat's. Been very impressed with the defensive work of the Southern team. Poured over the top and rushed in Dawkins. Brickick's been great down in defence, and then the run from Russell. He can't get onto it. Graham on the side. And the defender takes the mark.
See what they do with this. They take the short one. Oh, go a little bit dangerous. I like it. Straight up the guts.
They were horrible
look
build.
at that kick.
Here we go. The runners are out. It's 2-on-1. The tap comes down. Verney, I should say, involved, and Millwood comes for some pats.
That's not too bad from some pats. Just got the stoppage. They were out and running MacKillop, so good stoppage there.
Yeah, it's a bit between the half forwards at the moment, isn't it, Deck?
Yeah, in between the arcs this game at the moment.
So off half back, they'll slow the game up and use some hands as Hoare wide finds Baker. He'll go up the line to a 1-on-2.
Just see here, MacKillop just running over that defensive side straight away. Just fast to react, which I think is the story of this game so far.
Blugos in the ruck, got his hands, little hold, not called. Now it's Hoare swinging out.
Ooh.
Gee, that was a little sloppy. Ladder on the ground. Hello, that was nice. And Luca gets a late one, and that'll help them push their way through and pretty much confirm, unless we see a real ball over of 13 or 14 goals in the last game. Ladder gets the score and gets them up by back to that game-high lead. Now 20 points.
It was a heavy collision in that passage of play, which just got that ball over the back, so hopefully all the players are okay. They look to be alright.
So 3-3-21, 6-5-41. It's very useful at the 14-minute mark, 20-minute halves. Port's gone into the ruck and the stoppage is won again. Doyle with a rush. Freeman gets it up. Goss at the bottom. Talbot comes. There's long reaches for the footy. It's flicked to the pocket. Dunham now. He'll kick it. Yes, he will.
Nice work.
Couple of late goals for MacKillop. Will seal this one for them, and they'll have another game. They'll have a quick 15-minute stop, and then this is a pretty easy finish, isn't it, Deck, in the end?
It was a good forward out the front handball. Not sure who that was, but yeah, got the ball out the front and then plenty of time to snap that goal.
Yeah, a lot to like around some of the run at the moment.
Yeah, Russell's been heavy producer of that run and carry, so hopefully he keeps that up for the next game.
So James has gone onto the ball. Like trying to get something at the back of the pack. It's dribbled up. Gazelle in there. A lot of pressure as Cudmore can't take possession. Woodward now. He'll have to lay a tackle. Flicked out the side. Penny. Quick one inside the square.
Good defence.
Once again, look at all these numbers around the footy for MacKillop.
Bit of run and carry here.
As Hoare is off.
Great kick.
Yeah, the footwork's been good. Like the game at Dunham. He's had a few good touches as well. And this is where they've been good, isn't it, MacKillop? Because now and again they'll go down the line, but they'll also
look at the spread.
Really find the avenue as well. They're lining up from everywhere at the moment. It's been punched away from the Aldridge kick.
Yeah, there's a few options there they could have gone through. I don't mind the snap, but maybe lower the eyes. Let's see what some Pats can do if they can springboard off half back here.
Well, Manny Herning, he's deep in defence at the moment. Can be thrown forward as well.
Here's the option there.
Graham is found short. Millwood with some run.
Great kick.
This
Gives
is
a dish.
more positive now. Some Pats go forward. This is by far their best passage of footy. And they've got it up forward for a shot on goal.
Much better there, Aaron.
Yep.
Bit of run and carry, fast play on, get the ball through the corridor, and they're having a set shot now.
The boy from the Furno group, Flinders, has got it.
Putting this on the left-hand goalpost, would you, Aaron?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Our right goalpost is where you need to put it. You can even put it outside with this breeze. As Flinders might not have the distance. Oh, no, I'll take that back. He's easily got the distance. It's gone to the left, though.
Yep.
And Breeze just taking it late. As he went to the right, the ball getting to the left. Stand rule's a bit confusing sometimes with shots on goal. You see players come off the mark really early. The person on the mark's really scared to move because they don't want to get 50. You see a few players get a bit of extra lettering. That's a big climb up top. And a tremendous mark taken by Johnson. That's the second good fly we've seen from a MacKillop player. I don't reckon that's a mark. Very casual at the moment. He's going to get it back, Johnson.
A little bit of a highlight to finish off that.
Yeah.
Good to see.
Johnson with a late grab. Goals galore for MacKillop. They get the victory 7-6 to 3-4. Pretty comprehensive in the end. And we'll have a mention, Deck, of a few of the better players. And then we'll just wrap up this one before we head into the next match.
I actually really liked the game of Benji Russell. His speed was really eye-catching, and hopefully he can get that run and carry through the game. Dawkins for St. Pat's was good again. Not as quite as damaging as he was in the first game, but I reckon he'll be lining up for a big grand final.
Yeah, I agree around Russell. He was the one that really got them going. Talbot had a bit of run. Hall was good in the second half. He got a fair bit of the footy and looked really dangerous, but it was the spread of players up forward, which was nearly, there was 5 or 6 of them, all look capable kicking goals, but I expect St. Pat's will make some changes. They've got a couple of big players on the bench. I'm not sure they'll be doing a run today because they've got some senior footy on the weekend. We'll have a break here. So, one apiece for St. Pat's, a win and a loss. We've got Marist Regional College waiting in the sheds to come out. They've had some lunch. This is the challenge, 2 games in a row. For St. Pat's, they'll be able to sit back and most likely they'll be in the grand final in around 45 minutes' time. There's the Johnson grab. He got up high and he liked it. Very confident. Anyway, we'll have a break and we'll be back soon.